Privyet. You did not read that title incorrectly. You are going to a wedding. No, I am not joking. Mario and Luigi Brothership has a wedding. How did we get here? I don't know. That's what this video is for. Before we get into the wedding, TM, we have to go through some things. Things such as drama, HGED, platforming, LA Noire, monsters, maniacs, genuine pain, Linkin Park, featuring a kazoo and train horn. Brought to you by YouTube's amazing copyright system. Losing footage for half an island because I pressed Shift P while OBS was active. Oh, and finding a married couple to have the wedding with. Yeah, can't forget that small little detail. All this and more for this episode of Mario and Luigi Brothership is going to be covering the Brrrning Sea. Before we explore the first island, I just want to mention a few things. First, Princess Peach just leaves. Yeah, you don't have to worry about her now. She, along with Starlo, Idol, and Dory, decide to just explore what's left of Concordia. Who's Dory, you ask? Well, she's a sea creature that comes from Mario 64 DS. I was supposed to tell you about her last episode, but I couldn't find a way to squeeze her inclusion into that video without it feeling forced. Basically, we found her washed up on the beach of Shipshape Island, very hurt, and we decided to do a side quest to heal her up. The side quest being, it's Dory. Now, with the new team of... Spidled? I'm going with Spidled. Now, with the new team of Spidled going off on their own adventure, we don't have to worry about them, and we can do whatever we want. Like side quests. Side quest time. The Courier. This side quest has us delivering a package from Rumbala Island to the boss of Lottacoin Island. What's inside the package? Don't ask. I know exactly. That thing? So full, so command. Yes. Luigi's like, oh no, this is going to get dirty. My oh no. There's also Monster Mania level 1. This is the first of a line of 5 side quests that revolve around a member of the Monster Maniac Club and their gimmick monster. The first Maniac, number 1, has us fight 3 Corrode R's, which I think look pretty cool. The gimmick with this fight is that the Corrode's defenses are so high that jumps, hammers, and even bros attacks deal 2 damage. 7 damage at best. The only way to damage them effectively is by using the Surprise Iron Ball Battle Plug, as it bypasses their defenses. Obviously. It's a decent fight that teaches you how to use battle plugs effectively, but it's not really memorable, and the rest of the quests kinda suck. Don't worry, the latter 3 Monster Manias, yes I said 3, suck in unique ways, but we can't see why unless we continue the story. So, let's do that. Time for Bulbfish Island. Welcome to Bulbfish Island, an island home to deep shadows and moody lighting. The perfect place for a noir setting. Except it's like really saturated. The residents of this island are in a frenzy as Bulbfish Island's signature treasure, the Bulbfish eggs, have been stolen. Ledian, the chief of this island, has hired us, the Mario Brothers, on the spot to investigate what's going on. There are no leads in this case, Our only suspects are this foreign couple, who seem more interested in each other, and Ledian, our employer. So it ain't much. There are also some Concordians that seem to be glowing red and black while talking about rejecting connections and embracing loneliness. And as someone who prefers not to socialize and likes to be by himself, my first thoughts about these guys were, how weird. What, you thought I was gonna say, oh, so relatable? No, they stink red and speak in dark text boxes. They clearly been corrupted by the shadow government. We start searching the island, looking for clues, sprite bulbs, and a light switch to be able to read these signs, since apparently we can't read at a brightness of less than 2500 lumens. Turning on the lights also has a side effect of waking up the security guard, who will allow us to continue our investigation past him if we can pass his quiz. Once we ace his quiz, we can explore the underground of Bulbfish Island. In here, we find catnap R's, foop flies, boxes, jail cells, and a prisoner. We then come across a room with a to-do list, as well as a secret diary, both seemingly written by Lydian's assistant. That's this guy. In his diary, he complains about his boss, understandable, worries about the islanders being corrupted, relatable, and decides to, quote, turn this turmoil into an opportunity, unquote. Now that seems sus to me. After finding a new possible lead to the missing eggs case, we take a quick celebratory nap, only to awake to the opposites attract couple being convicted as the egg thieves by Lydian's assistant. You see, it's pretty simple if you think about it. These two are outsiders. I mean, xenophobia plus Occam's razor. I mean, did this sort of thing happen before they came to our island? Correlation causation. Detective Mario, is this really necessary? We're being framed! The only thing we're guilty of is excessive public displays of affection. Quiet, thieves. You can't talk your way out of this. We have like a bulbillion eyewitnessy types. Assumption plus burden of proof. Enough already! You two, this way, now! With the assistant's sudden imprisonment of the couple TM, we now know that he might be the imposter among us. I hate this line. Why did I put this line in? Whatever. We need more evidence though, so we follow the assistant underground to see what he's doing.
Are you following me now?
You know what? I'm gonna call the assistant Dexter from now on. Why not? Before we can look for Dexter, we go and find the now imprisoned couple to try to let him out. In order to free them, we need a key, which the security guard has, but is unwilling to give. We then tell him that we want to reach out for the truth, and that we want to be real detectives, like Cole Phelps, which convinces him to give us his final challenge. Seek out his little bro. To find him, we must find the secret snatcher in the dark and bribe him with our incident report, which will make the kid spawn in the anglerfish restaurant. We then get some interesting evidence from the kid. I went to the fish pen to get some bulbfish to serve up there. On the way, I passed right by someone holding a big bottle. Did I see their face? No, I did not. Fortunately, it was too dark now. At first, but then the straight movement on the lens of the pair of glasses. There's only one person here who's wearing glasses. Lydian's assistant. We then take the evidence to the guard, and with that, he deems us worthy of the keys to the underground. Sneak attack! But then he just yells out some nonsense and then just runs away for some reason. Why'd he do that? Thankfully, he dropped the keys, so we can start freeing the prisoners. The first one from listening to a couple roleplay, and the others being said couple doing said roleplay. The key that we just got has the power to open every door in the underground, including this one, which houses a panel quote-unquote code room that, when inputted correctly, opens this gate. Behind it lies Mr. X and a Zoc trooper who are talking about some glom ray experiments going on. I wonder what those are. The trooper also mentions that these experiments have been happening on other islands as well. Very ominous. The two then notice that detectives Mario and Mario have fused into one, which gets us into a fight with 3 Zoc troopers, which we swiftly defeat. While this does explain why some of the islanders are glowing corruptedly and speaking about isolation and stuff, it doesn't explain why Dexter, who's currently running away from us, has stolen all the bulbfish eggs. Hey, wait, get back here! We chase Dexter all the way to the lighthouse, where we find him along with the bulbfish eggs. Here he threatens to drop them into the sea, but as we try to reason with him, Lydian stops us, walks up to Dexter, and says sorry to him. He knew who the culprit was all along, but he couldn't bring himself to tell anyone. He realized that his fault-finding and criticism led Dexter to do this spiteful act. And now he's here to apologize for being a terrible father. Yeah, plot twist. Lydian's assistant is also his son. Great plan, old man. The father and the son then decide to forgive each other by doing some boxing. While this fight goes on, we decide to take the opportunity to pull the plug on the lighthouse of Bulbfish Island and end our little game of LA Noire. Now that we're done with Bulbfish Island, I should probably tell you about the couple we just met since, well, they're important for the wedding. This is Bernadette and Chilliam. One's the princess of Scorchin, now Scorchin Island, while the other is the prince of Slip and Glide, now called Slip and Glide Island. They're also madly in love with each other, but it's really hard to tell. They hide it very well. The two first met each other in a place called Heat Freeze, now known as Heat Freeze Island, and they love it a lot. Even though the two villages there, and both of their islands in fact, have a bitter rivalry with each other, the couple doesn't want to let the island go, and they wish to unite their people through their love for each other. Since Bernadette asked us so nicely, and Chilliam seems like a really cool guy, who's got a cool shirt, who's got cool shirt. Did I mention the shirt? I think I did. We decided to help them by reconnecting Heat Freeze Island once I explore these islets. Starting off with Itsy Islet. It's a place that consists of a bunch of ice platforms that crack when you jump on them, with the very cracked ones shattering when stepped on. It ends with you breaking a column of these platforms and being rewarded with a nice pair of boots. Neat. Next up is Infant Islet. This islet can only be accessed through a side quest where you have to save this toad, which, yeah, good luck. Good news, I drew up a map that shows you where you're supposed to go. Bad news, it looks like this. It's not the best, so here's another slightly better map by Jim Nain on Reddit. We also have Compact Islet. No. Welcome to Icy Hot Island, an island consumed by a deep philosophical debate of the ages. Potato gelato or potato stew? No, I'm serious, the villagers here are fighting over who has the better dish, and they will not agree with one another. Unfortunately for us, Luigi tried to say hi to these guys, which gives them the idea to use us to test their food. What's that? You want to link the island in order to prevent it from being consumed by the slow yet deadly rod of isolation? Wrong. Our petty feud is more important than saving this dying world from its all-consuming loneliness. So we play the role of Gordon Ramsay, visiting Freezing Village to taste their gelato, which, not the best place to have ice cream, in my humble opinion, but whatever. And then we visit Boiling Village to taste their spicy soup. Я обожаю борщ. Очень вкусно. After our taste test, we declare that both dishes taste good by themselves, but together, they would taste amazing. Unfortunately, that's not the answer they want to hear. But fortunately, it works for us, as they no longer block the path towards the lighthouse. Thank you, Lord. As we go up the mountain, we encounter a friendly little rival. Never mind. Screw you! As we go up the mountain, we find some creatures, such as ice ads, magmads, and curlups, among other things.
Oh yeah.
We then enter a cave and find a talking statue who wants us to push 2 giant boulders and find the light of his bored friend. While we go do that, we encounter some curlups that seem a bit more darker than normal. Oh, this is our first instance of glom enemies, and as you can see, it can literally do nothing, skipping its own turn. Don't be fooled though, glommed enemies can be real troublesome later on, as later enemies can create shields, counter an attack if it doesn't kill them, and even raise their stats whenever they feel like it. Worse yet, if you're not careful, the brothers can also get infected as well, preventing team-up attacks, bros attacks, and even Luigi logic events. Even if Luigi is perfectly fine, which is not good. We don't have anything to deal with the glom right now, so just be careful and try not to get hit by them. Side note, just wanted to mention this before we move on. Glommed enemies typically have higher stats than normal enemies. Yeah. Anyways, we first have to push this boulder out of the way to open up this stream of lava, which will allow us to access the cooler part of this cave, once we push the boulder again. In this area, we must climb up an incline with a varying wind draft to free this giant ice ball. Once freed, it rolls down and annihilates all of the lava, allowing us to meet the other statue. After our nice conversation with the bored statue, TM, we exit the cave, do some UFO platforming, collect some more sprite bulbs, reach the lighthouse, and finally reconnect Heat Freeze Island to our island. And from what it looks like on our island map, we have only a few islands left to search for. So things should go pretty smoothly from here on. Oh gosh darn it. So you must be Chilium, Prince of Slip and Glide, yes? Yeah. And who are you people? Not important, man. Have a free sample of our new Glom Ray, baby. Yeah, these sons of bees not only glommed Chilium, ruining the wedding the couple were planning, but they also had the gall to leave before I can give them a hole in their skulls! Fortunately for us, Connie's heard of a brilliant Concordian named Dr. Volko that might help us save Chilium. It's said that he lives on Scorchin Island, but before we can go searching for that guy, Princess Peach and Irene come back to tell us that they saw Extension Corps flying off the Slip and Glide Island. Interesting. And in other news, Techniki has a new set of bros attacks for us to use. So let's start with that. Our first of the newest bros attacks is Jump Helmet. When using it, Luigi will jump on the jump helmet until he gets close to the target. Once he lands on the helmet spring or the enemy's head, press B to jump on it. Luigi will jump in different directions though, so use the joystick to move Mario underneath Luigi to catch him. I like this move. It's a really cool remix of the original from Bowser's Inside Story. Not much else to say. Oh, Luigi now has a single target move. That's nice, actually. Alright. Now on to Bomb Derby. I'll be real with you, I thought I was gonna hate Bomb Derby, but I actually kind of liked it. You see, in order to use it, you have to not only throw bombs to Mario, but you also have to hit them as Mario. I thought it was gonna be impossible for me to use since I'm not really good at fast reaction-based things. But what I found out pretty quickly is that this Bros attack requires rhythm to use. The way I like doing it is like this. You throw the first bomb with the joystick, then you simultaneously thwack the bomb with A and flick the joystick again. It sounds a bit complicated, but trust me, once you get it down, you'll excellent this attack 9 times out of 10. Trust. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now, let's test them out on a new side quest we just got. Monster Mania Level 2. This time, Maniac number 2 has us going up against 3 Hydro Seedles. Their gimmick is that they can restore 999 HP to an injured ally. They also immediately regain their healing ability. But with our new weapons in hand, we can shred them easily and get our reward. Now with that little montage out of the way, let's move on to Scorchin' Island, a place defined by the fact that it is, indeed, scorching. Please laugh. Also, the first guy we meet compliments us on our mustaches. So, yeah, thanks, man. We start looking around for Volko the Doctor, exploring the village, seeing a truly ginormous pot of borscht, Nazdarovia, and finding the chief of Scorchin. We then have a little talk with the big man, where we tell him that his daughter ran off to be with her new boyfriend. Surprisingly, he's... Oh, right, forgot to mention this. This is Bernadette's dad. Anyway, surprisingly, he's okay with her just running away and falling in love with what's all intents and purposes the enemy chief's son. He's actually really happy that she found someone to love, though he doesn't really like Chilium for reasons. He also points us to where Dr. Volko resides, though we can't meet him since these flowers aren't blooming. You see, these flowers only bloom when the nearby lighthouse is connected to the unit tree. But since the OG unit tree got, the flowers won't bloom anymore. But with our new unit tree, we can fix that. So we try to get going, but we're stopped by a molten blockade, which we bypass by using this homegrown explosives device. Doing this also frees a few bombs, who reward us for freeing them by pulling a riffraff. Insert his mango.
My main goal is to blow up.
Though this is a pretty easy fight to deal with, this is our first fight with standard Mario enemies, which means we're gonna see him soon. Anyways, we walk into this blazing hot cave, annihilating every Magmad and Palooka that comes across us, until we hit a wall. A lava wall. There's more beyond the fiery wall of death, but we have no way to pass by it. But then, Luigi has a stroke of genius! He decides to upgrade our UFO spin so that it's able to vacuum up objects underneath it, which allows us to suck up a piece of flooring, I think, in order to prevent our buns from being burnt to a crisp. Thus, we have the power of the UFO suck! After some more platforming, we leave this cave and explore more of the volcano, fighting some piranha plants along the way. We then enter another cave that's filled to the brim with lava. Way too much lava. And some bombs, but don't worry about them. To escape, we have to do some HGED-based reaction puzzles in order to dislocate 2 giant boulders to block the constant flow of magma from the volcano. Not only granting us access to some goodies, but also to the Lighthouse of Scorchin. Before we get up there though, we get jumped by a hammer, fire, and ice bro. But before they attack us, we explain to them our situation. Thankfully, they understand us as they too are going through a rough situation, you know, being separated from your squad and your boss and being all alone and stuff. So they completely understand us, and we decide to take a timeout and leave each other alone until we are ready to fight for real. Which for the trio is now. Wait, what? Though these guys were easy, they also were bulky. Really bulky. Like, so bulky that I wanted to write down a note on my PC saying that they were really bulky. So bulky that I decided to also edit some notes around on my PC. And as I was doing that, I accidentally pressed Shift P. Now let me explain. I record my videos with OBS, and it has a hotkey feature. Back then, I decided to set my start and stop recording hotkeys to Shift plus P. And because of my note editing misclick, I don't have footage for reconnecting Scorchin Island, and I lost half of my footage for Slip and Glide Island as well. This sucks a lot because I really want to use my own footage for my own videos, so losing footage for an important project like this, especially for a part of the game that I really like, is not fun. Not fun at all. So with that in mind, I'd like to give a shout out to Like for their no commentary playthrough of Brothership. I used part of it for the Colorful Sea video, and now I'm gonna use some more of it for the first half of this next island. So thank you very much, Like, for the playthrough, and with that, let's move on to Slip and Glide Island. Say hello to Slip and Glide Island, an island covered in ice, snow, ice cream, and whatever this is. I like this place a lot, mainly due to how snowy and icy it is. Any type of ice and snow in video games just gets a thumbs up from me. It's just so wonderful for me to look at, and I just love it so. Wait, are those paratroopers? We visit the island's village and see that a lot of its residents have been glomified. Like a lot of the residents, including the chief, Chilliam's dad. It's really bad, and the only ones that are okay-ish are the shopkeeper and this guy. According to him, some weirdo has been zapping all of his buds into becoming anti-socialites, and he's been hiding ever since. But while that weird dude was gone, he's been sneaking around, and recently, while he was doing that, he found their hideout. It's apparently a top secret research facility that's just across the lake. So after thanking him for the information, we decided to set out for the research facility. So we roll and fall and hop until we get to the other side of the lake. Over here are some glommed ice ads, pink drillbees, spikes, kill spikes hard, and our boy Ello, who tells us that the lab is close. Yeah, thanks, I guess. Sign, sign, sign. What do you wanna tell me, sign? This is the secret research lab of 10. Extension Corp's is handsome, insightful, brilliant, and humble genius. Yeah. Brilliant genius, my Boston butt. You don't just place a sign here loudly proclaiming that there's a super secret base right here. It's like having a 10-foot tall statue of yourself right above it. Snoutlet? What? Before we can allow Snoutlet to get a swear out, we see Log get chased out by 10. We then square up for a fight, to which 10 starts laughing to himself before doing a stylish tactical retreat. Yeah, run away, coward. Run away, you puss!
Just checking, double checking.
Oh, hey, I remembered to record now. Neat. So we try to chase 10 up the mountain, but we can't follow him due to this downdraft that's pushing us back. But that issue is resolved instantly after one Luigi logic, turning our bro ball into the bro spin dash. I mean blitz. Bro blitz. Yeah. Turning the funniest bros move into actual speedrun tech. We then catch up to 10 at the top of the mountain, where he tells us that we're wasting our time as the research he was doing here yielded absolutely nothing. What a boy failure. Apparently Zocket's been hoarding all of the glom for a purpose that even he has no clue about. He doesn't even know how to undo the glom spread since he can't get enough samples of glom to see what can... Wait, what are you doing? No. Man, stop! Don't do it! Don't worry, he's fine. His bird caught him. And then he flies away. Great. We then look through his lab to find anything that might be useful for us to know, but 10 was right. There's not much here. All we can do now is head for Slip and Glide's lighthouse. While we go find the lighthouse, we see the paratroopers again, and they're talking to someone. I wonder who that could be. After walking around for a bit, we find a cave and enter it. In order to leave it, we must do an ice block sliding puzzle to get to an exclamation block in order to do another, slightly tougher, sliding ice block puzzle in order to make a path towards the exit. After which, we heal and save, do a little challenge for a gold medallion, encounter a horde of freezing Goombas, and then fight the mighty Goombattalion. Get it? You see it's a pun. Goombattalion, Goombattalion. Laugh. Apparently they're giving us that they respawn after one of them dies, but it seems to only happen on their turn. I say seems to since we just annihilate them with our Storm Bomb combo. We then have to deal with a second wave of enemies, the Koopa Troopa Paratroopa Joint Task Force, which our Storm Bomb combo deals with efficiently. I really like this fight. I want RPGs to have more multi-wave battles. I think it's very interesting. We then see the guy that the paratroopers were talking to this entire time. Bowser Jr. Where's your daddy? Anyways, we're done with Slip and Glide Island. Now, let's finally return to Shipshape Island. Once we head back, we see Dr. Vulko, the guy we searched for in Chapter 3, trying to cure Prince Chillium. He does this by forcing Chillium to eat a special fruit called an amp berry, which can apparently cure glom, and it works. Our cold prince is finally free from his angst. He's back to normal. His girl's on cloud 9. He's now just a white guy from 1985. White guy, 1985. White guy, 1985. After they reconcile with each other, Chillium and Bernadette announce their wedding. Right now, they want to cement their love for each other so that all the world can see it. To end the Scorchin and Slip and Glide war in the best way possible. Through love. How beautiful. But first, we must do some preparations. For this couple needs a wonderful wedding cake and a beautiful flower crown for the bride-to-be. To find these things, we must make a choice. We can either listen to our friends and go find the cake and flowers on Slippin' and Floral Island, or we can listen to this traveling merchant and his brochure, which says that Lottacoin and Rainforest has the best cakes and flowers for their respective islands. That's a trick question for me though, since, spoiler alert, but the merchant is actually Shun wearing a pretty convincing disguise. I know, hard to tell, I get it. So we threw that brochure in the trash and go back to Slip and Glide Island to get some Snow Koa butter for this chef to make our cake. Then we head to Floral Island to do this stupid fucking mini game again. To find this crown crafter who'll make the flower crown for us. With that, we are now set for the wedding. But what if we actually listened to that brochure and went off to Rainforest and Coin Island? Well, besides the cake and crown looking like this instead of this, well, we get to explore more of the Rainforest Cafe. We find a blue Rafflesia and use it for the wedding crown, which I find kind of funny because Rafflesia? Like the stinking corpse lily? Why would you want a flower that looks like a parasite and smells like rotting flesh as your flower crown? It makes no sense! What else? Oh, we see X and Shun doing dastardly things like eating all the cake and stomping on all the flowers, which we oppose by fighting their minions. Just their minions, for some reason. I guess they got better things to do, even though I'd like to fight them. Oh, I also got the leaf ring for both bros. I gave them both counterer, which boosts their counter damage. Okay, yeah, this is getting kind of boring. Let's go to Heat Freeze for the wedding. Here we are, at the wedding of Chilliam and Bernadette. We went through a lot. Over 28 hours worth of island hopping to get to this point. But it's worth it for this little celebration. Everyone we met so far is here. The bride and groom are gorgeous. They have some beautifully crafted giant statues. And dog, I just love the look of their wedding cake. It looks so cool with like swirls and the patterns and stuff. It's really nice. We even see that Chilliam's dad is also here. And he's not edgy. Yippee! We're here celebrating and hanging out with everyone here at the party of these two lovely people. During which an odd thought crosses my mind. If their kid was somehow a perfect fusion of both of their elements, what would they be called? A Slip Scorchian? A Scorch Slippian? I don't know. Honestly, I just like the thought of their child being some sort of Super Saiyan-esque child of both fire and ice. I just like that idea a lot. I think it'd be super cool. Yeah. Anyways, after chatting with everyone we felt like chatting with, Groove Master Diode invites us to do a little jig for the lovely couple. Once that's complete, the couple says their hopes for the future of their people, exchange their vows, and finally, they kiss. Yeah. This kiss makes the Unitree very happy, which opens up a new current for us to go through. Thank you, Plot Tree. After that wonderful wedding, 3 things occur. First, Connie goes back to Heat Freeze, and you know what's coming up. Find the captain, see the flashback with the captain's master, get the captain, get a pair of gloves. It's routine at this point. The other 2 things are side quests. Side quest time! The first is Grumbla Gone Good, where we help Grumbla do some sculpting. The other, more important one, is Glom Goblik, where the legendary Do We Fight 'Em warns us that a boss we previously fought has come back, even stronger than last time. Take 3 guesses as to who that boss might be. You should really do this side quest, as it rewards you with 2 powerful items. Goblik Boots DX, which are just better Goblik boots with more healing per jump, and the Anti-Glom Battle Plug, which deals crits to glommed enemies. These awards sounded very amazing to me, so I just rushed back to Lush Green's Great Lighthouse, without preparing at all, like a donkey. And just like a donkey, I bore witness to a biblically accurate angel. And like a wise donkey, I said,
You know what? I think I'm gonna come back later.
Hey look, the front door is open. Neat! All we have to do now is take this elevator up and... FBI, open up! Oh goodness gracious! So, we're in jail, and Connie was taken somewhere else, so we need to find her first. Sorry about that. Rusty boy over here tells us to not waste our time escaping, and to just fix the pipes to the glom machine. So we go, quote unquote, find those pipes, unquote, and while we do that, we find a big red button, and press it. This opens a gate and closes a gate, and after some barrel-based stealth sections, we press another red button, and one more round of barrel stealth later, we press Krasny Knopka number 3, and we are free to explore the rest of sublevel 1. Before we can go after Connie, we find another note by Patriarch, where he talks about how odd Zocket's been acting recently. He's been talking to some egg. Only 67 more. Just wait a little longer. Very soon now. Patriarch may be a little scared of what's to come, but he's gonna continue to write down this information to inform the hero of this world for the greater good. From history's front lines, Patriarch. Doesn't sound like we have much time, so we should speed things up now. We quickly bust through some Zoc guards, pass by a random Concordian, fight some more Zoc troopers, and get Connie. Yippee! We then hit this block, which finally makes the elevator move. Unfortunately, it can only move down. You know what happens next. Go to sublevel 2, see big spoiler gate, go find big plugs. But this time, we have to find 3 of them. 3 of them? They're being innovative? That's crazy. So we go down, fighting a lot of Zoc troopers, and go right to do this UFO vacuum challenge. As we press this button that'll allow Luigi to give back to Mario, another gate in the main area opens up. Once we go through all of this and collect the first plug, we explore this new place and do an HGED challenge to melt some ice balls on sublevel 1, which also opens up a new path for us, full of Zoc troopers, a flight of stairs to sublevel 2, and another banana plug. Nice! The last plug we need is down to the left. To nab it, we must spin and blitz our way through lava, pillars of lava, and more Zoc troopers. And we do that. It's pretty easy. With the last big plug in hand, we use it to finally open the spoiler gate. We then heal up, stock up, save up, and finally move up towards the boss of this great lighthouse. As we enter the boss room, we see that the bad guys, TM, are here. And we overhear Zocket just dress down the Extension Corps. Real Megatron and Starscream vibes going on.
You are either lying or you're stupid! I'm stupid! I'm stupid!
He even throws out this perfectly calculated burn just for everyone near to hear. Drat. What now? My time efficiency is now 88.297%. I observed a 0.003% loss during my conversation with you. We then laugh so hard that everyone notices us. And Zocket leaves because he hates being seen as funny. Shun then tells his teammates to go as he, the Extension Corps's livest wire, will deal with us with his full strength. After the other two run through a wall like Harry Potter, we start to question Shun about Zocket's motivations. To which Shun talks about how the end is nigh and how everyone in Concordia is gonna be gone and that it has something to do with the egg, TM. Shun then refuses to elaborate, saying he isn't clear on the details, and then sends out the YouTube slop to fight us. Welcome to the first and final boss fight of the Brrrning Sea. Yes, really. Don't worry, you boss fight fanatics. We're gonna get a lot of bosses to fight next episode. I promise. Back to this though. Prototype Muck, aka Pipe Gunk, may seem simple on the surface, having only 2 attacks to throw at you. But that is just a facade. Once it loses over a quarter of its HP, Shun will drop in with a special little remote. You see, the arena we're fighting in is situated between 3 zones that I'll call Cleveland, Phoenix, and Juno. And Shun can use his remote to move the field into a different zone, with Pipe Gunk getting a new form, as well as new moves for us to deal with, based on the zone that it's in. It can also heal a lot of HP in its Fire and Ice form, so we have to deal with that as well. Thankfully, Luigi comes up with a little plan. Robbery.
Oh yeah.
He charges at Shun, forcing us to play a little game of Green Boy Wrestling to try to get that remote. And thankfully, we win, and can finally revert Pipe Gunk back to its original form. For like 1 round of bros attacks before Shun takes us back to Juneau, Alaska. Fuck! So, after some more battling, we wrestle again and win again. But this time, Snoutlet gets an idea. Wait, what if we switch the arena to the opposite zone? No! Stop! Don't do that! Pipe Gunk is delicate, and he can do bad. No! Pipe Gunk's gonna blow! Yeah, this blows. Well, you're the bad guy, so you should expect... Wait, what's gonna blow? After Pipe Gunk got splatted all over the walls, Snoutlet drinks way too many Sprite cranberries, Shun says he'll get his revenge and clips out of bounds. Seriously, how do they escape this little dent in the wall? There's no backdoor exit here. They literally just ran through a wall! We get a new power tap, get the elevator to actually do its job, being to elevate, and finally, we relight the great lighthouse of the Brrrning Sea, which opens up a path for us towards the Gulchrock Sea. When I first read that, I thought it was Gluckrock Sea, not Gulchrock Sea. I don't know why I thought of Gluckrock before Gulchrock. Yeah. And so, we have passed the halfway mark of this journey, with 12 islands on our belt. Excited for what's to come next episode. I like this chapter a lot. The islands were nice, especially Slip and Glide because ice and snow. The wedding, though quick, was a nice little break from all of the island hopping. And I think Pipe Gunk was a really interesting boss idea. I don't know if it happened before, I'll verify it, but I think it was a very interesting boss idea. My only complaint is that I feel like the choice between Slippin' and Scorchin' Island was forced, and it sort of clashed with the game's themes of unity, like choosing between find the bad guys and try to save a couple's love for each other in a game whose main themes are unity and love for each other. It just kind of felt odd to me, honestly. But that's my only complaint with it, and that doesn't change the fact that I still like this chapter of Mario & Luigi Brothership very much. I give the Brrrning Sea a giant iceberg out of a pot of borscht. On that note, thank you for watching this till the very end. This episode took me 7, maybe 8 months for me to put all together, and last month I deleted all of my pictures and half of my sound effects by accident. I had to quickly retrace my steps to get it all back, and it'd be a real shame if my work didn't get any recognition. So please share this video with a friend. That's all I'm asking for, and I'd really appreciate it if you do that. God bless all of you, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Alright, that's it. That's all of my recordings for this video. Alright. I feel like there's something else I need to address though, but that's for later. I can't think right now. I need to go get a drink. Oh. Yeah.
Showtime.